Mesopotamian civilization. So in the previous class we have learned about what is civilization, the features of Mesopotamian civilization, and the location and origin of Mesopotamian civilization, and also we have learned about the town planning. Okay. Now we are going to learn about the architecture of Mesopotamian civilization. The Mesopotamians contributed many things to the world. Architecture, when we see the architecture, the Mesopotamian contributed arches, columns, domes and walls. What are the things they have contributed? Arches, columns, domes and walls. These are the important contributions of Mesopotamians. We can see arches, columns, domes and walls in their constructions. Apart from that, we have already seen they have constructed ziggurats. Ziggurats were the temple towers. What is ziggurat? It is temple towers constructed for their patron gods. And these temple towers or the ziggurats were used sun-baked bricks for its construction. And these ziggurats were look like the mountain soared high above the ground. Since it is very tall, we can see it is used as observatories, schools, granaries, and it is also used for the religious purposes. And we can see they decorated tiles and also precious stones for constructing these buildings. They have used marbles, precious stones, and also they have used tiles for their construction. And when we talk about this architecture, one of the famous architecture found in Babylonia, it is called Hanging Garden. What is the famous constructive work found in Mesopotamia, in Babylon? It is Hanging Garden. Who constructed this Hanging Garden? We all know that Hanging Garden of Babylonia was constructed by Nebuchadnezzar to cheer up his wife. And we can see these constructive styles were used to construct this Hanging Garden. And the next thing we are going to learn about Mesopotamia is the structure of the society. What we are going to learn about? The society and the social life of the people in Mesopotamia. How is the social structure or society constructed? And the society we can find the society was divided into three classes of people. How was the society classified? The Mesopotamian society was classified into three. The first one is upper class, the second one is middle class, and the third one is lower class. How was the society constructed? It was constructed into three parts. First one is upper class, second one is middle class, and the third one is lower class. The upper class, when we talk about upper class society, the upper class society consists of the high class people like king, noble or royal family, and the priest. What are the different people found in the upper class society? There are three important kinds of people or types of people found in the upper class society. They are kings, royal family and priest. King was considered as the high priest. Who was considered as the high priest? The king was considered as the high priest in the society, and he lived in the upper class society. He is considered as upper class people in the society. And the middle class, we can see the merchants, farmers and the business class people found in the middle class society. And the lower class society, we can find the slaves. Who was found in the lower class society? Slaves were found in the lower class society. And when we see the family life of the people in Mesopotamia, when we take family, we know in our family father is the head and mother will assist the father and the children will help in the family, is it? Here also in the Mesopotamian society we can see father is the head of the family. Father is the head of the family, and the women's rights were protected. Boys were given importance in learning in the society. So boys were sent to school for learning. And the girls were trained in music and dance. When we take Mesopotamian family, father is the head of the family, women's rights were protected and the boys were given importance. So they have sent to school for learning and girls were trained in music and dance. The next thing, when we are learning about this Mesopotamian society, agriculture or occupation is important thing because it is the thing which support the people in the society. The important occupation of the people in the society is agriculture. Can you say what is agriculture? It is tilling land and cultivating different crops item. Okay, that is called what? Agriculture. And here agriculture is possible. Why? Because we have already learned there are two important rivers. What are the two important rivers? One is Tigris and the other one is Euphrates. These rivers supports agriculture or it makes possible agriculture in Mesopotamia. And we have found they have surplus production. They increase their production. To increase the production, there should be some modern machines, is it? In the ancient time, people used bullock carts and different animals in the agricultural field to plow the fields. Here, since it is the ancient period, here also people used different things for cultivating or in the agricultural areas. The important thing which help the increase of production is Wildwagen. What's the thing which help? And it is known as the boon for increasing production. So the invention of Wildwagen or using Wildwagen in the agricultural field is helped to increase the agricultural products in ancient Mesopotamia. Apart from that, they have, since this Euphrates river changed its course, that causes flood, which affected the agricultural fields. So people constructed different dams and dikes to store water. They constructed dams, dikes and reservoirs to store water. Whenever they lack water for cultivation, they use the water from dams, dikes and reservoirs. Since thus they have improved their cultivative products. The next thing we are going to see is domesticating of animals. What is domestication? It is taking care of or taking care of animals at home. What are the different animals they domesticated? They have domesticated different animals such as cows, goats, sheep and donkeys. What are the different animals they have domesticated? Cows, goats, sheep and donkeys. The next thing we are going to learn is arts and crafts. Arts and crafts. We found different artisans and craftsmen in Mesopotamia. What it is like developing their skills. Arts and crafts is like developing their skills. What are the different skills? How they got time to develop their skills? Now we know that because of surplus food production, there is increase of agricultural products in Mesopotamia. Now people got more leisure time, so they use their leisure time in preparing different things, in making creative items. What are the different things they have created or they made? How they spend their leisure time? They spend their leisure time in making different things, like they spend their times in weaving and making different potteries, they made different jewels. Since bronze metal was known to the people, they have made different materials or pots like items by using the metals. And the next thing we can know is trade, how they flourished, how they involved their trade, how they improved their trade during this ancient period. When we see trade, we know that they have surplus food grains, they increase their agricultural products. Now they wanted to sell their products to the people inside and outside of Mesopotamia. So we have come to know that they have trade contact with Mediterranean countries. And Egypt. They had the trade contact with Mediterranean countries and Egypt. Apart from that, in Indus Valley civilization, during the excavation, people found the seal. The seal found in the Indus Valley civilization, it says India had the trade contact with Mesopotamia. So the Mesopotamian seals were found in the Indus Valley civilization. So through this we can come to know that they also had the trade contact with India. And when we see what are the things they have exported and imported. They have exported the food grains and the things like not only the food grains, they also imported the finished products. They have exported food grains and the finished product, and they imported stones and the timber and the metals. Different metals they have imported. They have imported timber and the stones. These were imported from different parts of the world. They have exported food products and finished products from Mesopotamia. Now we will see the religion of Mesopotamia. How is the religious life? When we see the religion, they believed in different gods and goddesses. They believed in different gods and goddesses. In every city, they had their own gods. In every city, they had their own gods. They have constructed or they have dedicated temples for their gods and goddesses. We know that Sigarath were constructed for the main god. What's the main god? We call it as patron god. They have dedicated Sigarath for their patron gods. And they also believe the life after death. They believe life after death. How you will know that they have believed life after death? During excavation, different things like weapons, their vessels, daily usage vessels, and also different ornaments found in their graveyard. That shows that they have buried this daily usage things, daily using things like ornaments, vessels, and their pots or drinking vessels along with the dead ones in the grave. And this all things we can talk about the contribution of Mesopotamian civilization, and there will be rise. If there is rise and there will be fall. For every rise and there will be fall. So there is a declination or decline. This civilization, when it reaches its peak level, it also declined. There are different reasons. The historian says, or the historian gives different reasons for the declination of Mesopotamian civilization. The first one is, I already told, the Euphrates river changed its course that causes flood. So the first reason says flood that caused and damaged the cities and agricultural products. And the second thing is overpopulation or inhabitations. Inhabitations also reason for the declination of the Mesopotamian civilization. The third thing is enemies attack. Attack of different people from different places that also cause the decline of the Mesopotamian civilization. And the fourth thing is winds and storms. Sandstorms or different storms that also cause the declination of the Mesopotamian civilization. So what are the causes or the reason for the declination of the Mesopotamian civilization? The first one is flood. The Euphrates river changed its course, that causes river that led the civilization to be declined. The second one is inhabitations or overpopulation. Third one is enemies attack, and the fourth one is winds and hot storms that affected the areas, that covered the areas on the tall buildings with storms, and thus this Mesopotamian civilization declined. So the period of Mesopotamian civilization is 3500 BC to 600 BCE. So at the end of 600 BCE, the Mesopotamian civilization got its, or it came to be an end. It started around 3500 BCE. So here we end the class today. We'll meet at the next class. Thank you.